You know what makes me so frustrated? I watch incredibly talented young professionals, people who are smarter than I was at their age, more skilled, more hardworking, and they sit in meetings completely silent. They have the answer and they know that they have the answer, but they don't speak up. And then someone else, someone less qualified, sometimes flat out wrong, they say something with total certainty, and guess who gets listened to? Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Your skills alone won't get you promoted. Your hard work alone won't get you that leadership role. High performers aren't just good at their jobs. They have one skill that multiplies everything else that they do. And it's not technical expertise. It's not even communication. It's the confidence. And today I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to build it, even if you feel like you don't have it right now. I'm Jules T. I've been in the workforce for 25 years, and I've seen technology change, workplaces evolve, and careers take unexpected turns, including my own. I spent the first 5 years of my career waiting for the permission to be confident. And let me tell you something I wish someone had told my 25-year-old me. I thought that confidence was something that you earned after you became an expert, after you had all the answers, and after you have proven yourself 100 times over. I was wrong. Because while I was waiting, I watched people, some with half my experience, get promoted, get heard, and get opportunities. Not because they were smarter, but because they showed up with confidence. And here is what I eventually learned. That confidence isn't something that you're born with. It's not a personality trait. Confidence is a skill, and like any other skill, you can build it. So if you are a fresh graduate, a young professional, someone who feels like you are good at your job but somehow still invisible in meetings, then this is for you. I've been exactly where you are, and I'm going to share the framework that changed everything for me. The confidence paradox. So here's the trap that most young professionals fall into, and I fell into it too. You think that I'll speak up when I'm 100% sure that I'm right. But here is what actually happens in the workplace. By the time you are 100% sure, someone else has already spoken and the decisions has been made, and your moment is gone. Meanwhile, the person who spoke up, they were maybe 60% sure, but they said it with conviction and they framed it clearly. And now everyone thinks they're the expert. And this is the confidence paradox. The people who look most confident aren't always the most knowledgeable. They are just most willing to take the risk of being wrong. And that's actually okay. Because in most work situations, you don't need perfect answers. You need clear thinking and the courage to contribute. And the 3 layers of confidence you need to build, let me break this down into 3 layers. This is the system that I use, and I teach this to every young professional I mentor. The first layer is your internal confidence. What you believe about yourself. This is the foundation. If you don't believe that you have value to add, no amount of acting will fix that. So here is how you build this. Start keeping a wins journal. Every week, literally every week, write down 3 things that you did well. I actually do it every day. I write 5 things. It can be small. I solved a bug that everyone was stuck on. I asked a clarifying question that helped the team. I delivered my report on time. Why does this work? Because your brain has negativity bias. You remember every mistake, every awkward moment, but you forget your wins unless you document them. And I still do this. After so many years because on hard days, I need to remind myself, I do know what I'm doing. Number 2 is to reframe I don't know into I'm learning. You're early in your career. You're not supposed to know everything. But here's the shift. Don't think, I don't know this, I'm not good enough. Think, I don't know this yet, but I'm the kind of person who figures things out. That small mental shift, it changes everything. Number 3, stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 15. You're competing with one person only, the version of you from 6 months ago. That's it. Are you better than you were 6 months ago? Then you're winning. The second layer is expressive confidence, how you show up. So now you're building your internal confidence. But if nobody can see it, it doesn't help your career. This is about how you communicate. And yes, this is a skill, not a personality trait. Use the certainty phrase formula. Stop saying I'm not sure, but this might be wrong, but in just my opinion, but start saying based on what I've seen, I'd recommend. Here's what I think we should consider. One option is you're not being arrogant, you're being clever. You're being clear, and clarity sounds like confidence. Practice the 3-second pause. When someone asks you a question, don't rush to fill in the silence. Pause. 3 seconds. Think, then answer. You know what that pause does? It signals, I'm someone who thinks before I speak. What I'm about to say has weight. Nervous people rush. Confident people pause. Number 3 is to make eye contact and use people's names. In meetings, especially virtual ones, look at the camera when you speak. Use people's names. I agree with what Sarah said about, and this does 2 things. It makes you feel more present, and it makes others take you seriously. Layer 3 is action-based confidence. During the scary thing anyway, this is the layer that most people skip, and it's the most important one. You can believe in yourself. You can sound confident, but if you never actually take the action, if you stay silent in meetings, if you don't raise your hand for stretch projects, and if you don't ask for feedback, nothing changes. Here's the truth. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. So let me give you a real example from my own career. Early on, I was in a project meeting with senior stakeholders. I spotted a risk, something that could derail the timeline. But I was the most junior person in the room, and I thought, who am I to speak up? These people have way more experience. But I did it anyway, and I said, I might be missing something, but I see a potential issue with the integration timeline. Can we talk through that? So you know what happened? The project lead said, good catch, let's address that now. And that moment taught me something. People don't judge you for speaking up. They respect you for adding value. So here's what you do. Number 1, commit to 1 brave action per week. Just 1. And speak up in 1 meeting. And send 1 message to a senior leader. And volunteer for 1 project that scares you a little. Confidence builds through repetition, not perfection. Number 2 is to expect awkwardness. And do it anyway. The first time that you speak up, it might feel awkward and your voice might shake and you might say something that doesn't really land perfectly, and that's okay, and that's part of learning. The confident people that you admire, they all have awkward moments. They just kept going. Number 3 is to ask for feedback and act on it. After you do something brave, ask someone you trust, how did that come across? And this is how you improve. And asking for feedback, that is also a confidence move. It shows that you're secure enough to grow. And here is what high performers understand that nobody talks about. Confidence isn't about feeling fearless. It's about acting despite the fear. I've been in meetings with senior leaders and I still feel nervous sometimes before big presentations. But I've learned this. The fear doesn't go away. You just get better at moving forward anyway. And every time you do, you prove to yourself, I can do this. And that is how confidence built. One small brave action at a time. So here is what I want you to do this week. Pick one layer to focus on. Maybe it's starting that wins journal. Maybe it's using that one certainty phrase in your next meeting. Maybe it's speaking up once, even if your voice shakes. Just one, and then come back and tell me how it went. Drop a comment below. I read your messages and I'll reply. Because here's the thing, you already have the skills, you already have the talent. What you need is now the confidence to let people see it. And I promise you, once you start building that, everything else starts to shift. And if this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button, and I post new videos every week on leadership, communication, and career growth for young professionals in Asia. So if you have found this helpful, share it with one friend who needs to hear this today. You've got this, and I believe in you. So now show the world what you're capable of. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.